What's going on, guys? Today's video is going to be a possible 2022 amusement park plans video. Now, I know it feels a little weird making this while I have COVID, but, it just kind of came across my mind, and I literally do not have anything else to do. Like, I can barely leave my room. It's kind of ass, but, yeah, this thankfully has nothing to do with that. So, we're talking about possible 2022 amusement park plans today. Now, take all this with a grain of salt. I don't think really any of this is quite confirmed just yet. These are all just, ideas I've, been discussing with people that I think, potentially happen. So, Great Adventure announced their opening day is April 2nd this year. I was kind of hoping for late March, but it's whatever. No guarantees I'll be able to make it. I mean, they're only open until 7, which I don't know if that's because of COVID staffing issues. But, yeah, that would mean a missed tradition last year, or I can probably make it out to work. My time will be very limited. And not to mention, I do not know if I have to work the next day or not, so I just, it's an idea, Grand opening day, but I just can't guarantee it right now. Like, I wouldn't be that surprised if it doesn't happen, but I mean, I wouldn't say that it's a 0% chance either. It would depend on, my college work is, do I have to work the next day? I have no idea right now. So, yeah, I wouldn't get my hopes up on that one yet, but if that can't work out, then April 15th as a little early birthday visit, I may end up going. I believe that's Good Friday. I know the park might be mobbed as shit with, people being on like spring break going up, but it's the only day I can go, then, of course I'm going to. But, it's just, even that, I'd say it's got a better shot of happening the opening day, but, even that, I'm not quite sure just yet. Obviously, I'll make the announcement when I find out if it's definitely happening. That, if opening day can't work out, that's probably the earliest I see my close season starting because, I still haven't been American Dream yet because of being, like, really expensive. And, probably not happening this month, me just getting over COVID. And with it really spiking, I really don't know if that's going to be a good idea. Maybe this year will happen at some point, but, I just can't guarantee it. And, so, between, like, Rancher Visit in April and, mid-May, I don't really see anything too special going on because, finals are going to be ramping up and, college and, school will be ramping up, finals will be coming around, so yeah, obviously no part of it is during that time, but May 3rd, but my semester ends May 10th, which means potentially May 13th, I got something exciting planned. So that day, I'll either be going to Hershey to celebrate the end of the semester, or if that can't work out, if Grandeur is doing power hours, then what might happen is I stay all day for the regular hours and then for power hours all something I've never done before. And, that's definitely something that I'm going to look into doing if Hershey can't work out. But, yeah, either way, I will be with my friend Matt most likely that day. So, yeah, obviously, I don't know which one of those happened yet, but something exciting that day is most likely going to happen. And then May, maybe I'll squeeze in a rancher visit. But obviously, like I said, no real dates really confirmed. These are all just ideas at the moment. And then in June, I may end up doing Dorney and Knoebels both in the same day. I mean, Knoebels is the park I'm wanting to get to for a long time. Obviously, if a lot of you know me. And I'm going to need to get a CFR Platinum Pass, or at least I would like to get one for my big trip I got planned in July. So, and Dorney is my closest CFR park, so I'm thinking what we can do is, we're probably doing this little day trip on a Friday while school's still in session, so I can't imagine either park being very crowded, especially Dorney. Although this year I went, with the weirdest weather possible, and it was like the emptiest you could ever imagine. So, that's probably something that, I can go for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, get on all the good coasters, leave, and then spend the rest of the day, get the Platinum Pass, and then spend the rest of the day at Knoebels. And supposedly Knoebels is fairly cheap, so I think we can make this work. This would be sometime in June. We're trying for, my friend's birthday, but, we're just gonna, see what we can work out. If that can't happen, it'll probably be a Great Adventure. But, obviously, just got some time for that. And then July, this is where it really gets exciting. This is the one that's really highlighting this video, I would say. July, it looks like a good possibility right now that I'll be going on my first real coaster trip. And I'm going to tell you the trip is going to be July 10th to the 16th if it works out right now. And we will be heading to Kennywood, Cedar Point, and Kings Island. Yeah. So, like, right now, the 10th scale for the trip, and obviously, I don't think this is quite confirmed, but this if the trip happens, this is most likely going to be what we do. We would leave Jersey on Sunday, which is July 10th, drive down 6 hours to Western Pennsylvania. So we'd be at Kennywood Monday, and then I think probably early Tuesday morning we would drive 3 hours to Sandusky. So then we'd be at Cedar Point Tuesday and Wednesday that week, which are the 12th and the 13th. And then the 14th and the 15th is Kings Island. On the 14th, they probably wake up early and drive 3 hours to Mason. And then on the Saturday, which is 16th, which is technically the official last day of the trip, we got a monstrous nearly 9.5 to 10 hour drive back to Jersey from Mason. Yeah, I'll be doing this trip with 2 friends most likely, and it's gonna be pretty sick. I'm really excited for it. And I wouldn't say it's quite confirmed just yet, but I'd say that we're getting there, and ultimately if it does end up happening, I wouldn't be too surprised. And like when I find out when everything is booked, when the hotels are booked, which should be, I'm expecting around like Memorial Day weekend or so. I'll probably do that announcement for this trip in the form of a live stream, but yeah, this is gonna be a sick ass trip if it happens. And then, after that, I'll probably be taking a little bit of a break for a while. I'll probably, squeeze in a great adventure as sometime the week before the trip. Obviously, I don't know when it'll be. Probably not 4th of July, I wouldn't imagine. Maybe some other day that week if I can, like maybe like the Wednesdays. I don't know. Just whatever can work my schedule. And, so yeah, after that trip, I'll probably be, taking a little bit of a break from parks, because you can imagine I'll probably be a little bit spoiled. And then, in August, and then there might be another time next summer. This is not a guarantee just yet, but because, obviously, I was supposed to call Albany for New Year's, and me catching COVID kind of fucked it up. There's a possibility this summer to, make up for that. I might be, this is just an idea at the moment. My friend and I might drive down to Albany so we can do day trips to Great Escape in New England. Great Escape, I've never been to New England. I've been, but not since 2017. So, yeah, that's not a guarantee yet. But, like, if the trip ends up happening, but if that big trip happens, but that doesn't, then that's a good enough trade, I think. But, that's also a potential possibility. I don't know when it would be. I'm hoping sometime before the trip, but, we can't guarantee that just yet. But, we'll work with what we can. And then maybe I'll squeeze in a day trip to Collect America, but that's not a guarantee yet either. That's just an idea. I mean, if that doesn't have happening, like, at the time that the big trip does, good enough. And then, if they do Riding the Bull, which I'm sure they will if they get Toro back open, of course I'm doing it versus 2016. I was going to do Thrillathon, but they announced it too last minute for me to get off of work, so at that point I was just like, whatever. They announced it too last minute. It's going to be rushed anyway. It's too worth it. But next year, whether doing Labor Day weekend or not, whenever they do it, if they call it Riding the Bull or Thrillathon again, but with Toro ERT, of course I'm doing it. So I can at least get that tradition back since COVID. And then after that, I can't really imagine anything too big of a gun because school will be starting. I'm hoping I can go to maybe Phoenix Fall Fun Fest and Coaster Madness in October, but that's usually a really brutal month with school, so I can't guarantee that. Just an idea. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said, being able to take all these with a grain of salt. But, yeah, I think I got a pretty big year planned. So, that's pretty much it. So.